Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Wednesday the 1st of March, new month, new mods. We have some updates too. The Case IH Magnum 8 A900 series by KRKZ-modding, the Record Trailers Pack by Belgian 3DM and the Repair Place by Happy Mole. The Case IH Magnum update coincides with the release of, now I say the release of, the Case IH 890 loader by KRKZ-modding. Now that came out last week, or I've done a review on that already, and when I did the review on it as part of the mod review that day, I did say it suddenly disappeared off the mod hub, so I have already reviewed the 890 loader, so I'm not going to be reviewing that today because I have done it on a previous mod review. But anyway, those are the updates. We have got the Small Brick House by BarT, 8.5 megabytes download, 21 slots on console, 30 grand to buy. Sleep trigger at the front here. We can't access the building, we can't go into it, but nicely detailed, nicely weathered. You'll find out the build mode and farmhouses. That's the Small Brick House by BarT. Next to that, we've got the Italian House by Perin Moddings. 1.35 megabytes download, 11 slots on console, 40,000 to buy. This should also find on the build mode and farmhouses. Again, we can't go inside the building, but we do have sleep trigger front there, side, depends which way around you put it, and we do have a wardrobe trigger on this one. So that's the Italian House by Perin Moddings. We've then got next to that the Chocolate Factory by Grimlock RRC. This is 2.49 megabytes download, 19 slots on console, 70 grand to buy. You find it in build mode and productions. As you can see, Chocolate Factory since 1978. So it's converted dairy. This does only do chocolate though. It requires milk and sugar. 50,000 litres of each can be put into the back here. Our manage plant is done the front here. 12,000 cycles per month, but the recipe is only 1 and 1, and then you get your chocolate bar out. If the recipes are higher, normally production is a lot quicker. It's been running for a little while. I've got 250 litres, and you'll get your chocolate boxes. Pallets will spawn out the back around here. That's the Chocolate Factory by Grimlock RRC. And the build mode and productions. Over here we've got these. This is the Pioneer Crop Plates Brazil. Now, I've seen this on Cole the Cornstar did a video about this. 2.91 megabytes download. They're 2 slots each and they don't cost anything. This by D-754 and Luan Tavares. And what usually happens is, at a certain time of the year, when seed companies are trying to sell their new varieties, their new hybrids and that kind of stuff, they'll set out test plots. Sometimes a farmer will do it on their behalf, or they'll work with the seed company, and they will normally run a strip out, normally about 10 feet wide, 30 feet long, hopefully and usually on a field where the soil is pretty much the same, so you can see what each hybrid does. And then people from all over the area will come and they'll walk along the row, they'll check out the details for that particular hybrid. Now I've looked online, and it does vary between seed companies, it does vary between countries as well. The numbers on them will often give you information about the company that's providing the seed. It will usually give you the day growth cycle for it. So I think this one will be a 95Y with a 52-day growth. That'll be 95. I could be wrong on that because they do vary. So this one, you've got all these are 95s, but there's a whole load of them under build mode, and this is just a decorative thing, you know. Under others, you'll see them all here. It doesn't cost anything to place them, but these different plates, like that one's a 98. I think it's a 98. Yeah, 98 R30. That can't be a 30-day, surely. Maybe it's a 98-day, 95-day. Maybe the other number means something else. But anyway, yeah. Mind you, that says 30 F35. Anyway, all the different numbers and letters and stuff on them mean different things. Normally as well, what things they're resistant to and that kind of thing as well. But yeah, there we go. Pioneer crop plates you can place down on the edges of your field. You could run a simulation where you're putting out different varieties. I know we can't do different varieties, but you can have different, you know, crop types or something on your field, and just something to add in. That's by DH Modding and Luan Tavares. Next we've got this is the garage shed. This by Granjeiro, Vergamini, Modding and Lostgamer. It is 1.13 megabyte download, 4 slots on console, 30 grand to buy. You'll find it in the build mode and sheds. Depending on how you place it and where you place it, you can use it for anything you want. We've got shed lights there. It does show on the picture, because it's got quite a high peak there. It's got a grain bin, like a silo here, with the pipe underneath it, so you can put it up next to it, and you can, wherever you place it is entirely up to you. Under build mode and sheds, the garage shed by Granjeiro, Vergamini, Modding and Lostgamer. Very nice. Then we come to this pack here. This is the South Brazilian Warehouses by ML Modding and DH Modding. 21.1 megabytes download. 5 slots each for the warehouses, and then we've got 2 silos. Now we've got these ones that are a sort of terracotta brick, and then we've got ones that are white. They are identical in that, well, you'll see as we look at the options, those ones and those ones are the same. But then we have also got, for 8 slots, there's a warehouse with a silo with it. The silo is 1 million litres and it's a multi-fruit silo. So we'll have a look at those now under build mode and sheds, as you can see here. So the first 3, the hay shed, 80 grand, 100 grand, 120 grand. They're the sort of red terracotta brick. Then these ones here, 80 grand, 100 grand, 120 grand. Exactly the same sheds, just with white walls, or sort of greyish white walls. If we then go to silos and out to the end, the 2 silos there, 200 grand a pop. But again, identical, just a different colour in brick. 1 million litres of multi-fruit goodness. So if we go back to sheds, the first one I placed was this one here. So you've got the main body of the building with 1 lean-to off to the side. This one here for 100 grand gives you the main body with a lean-to that runs the full length and a short one there. Now I've put these the other way round, they're swung round. So basically the difference between that one and that one is this one's got a full lean-to on this side in addition. Then this one here I moved on to the white ones, and it's that one there. So this one has got full lean-to either side, and this lean-to is closed in partially as well. That's the difference between the 3 main ones. Then this one here is the version with the silo, which we just looked at. 2 lean-tos, one either side, closed in the back with the silo attachment. What I will say though, in placing them, they didn't level the ground particularly well. So where I had the ground was a little bit uneven when I first placed them. It might not show it on this one. You'll see as we go through them. It left a bit of uneven ground. It didn't look great inside. So I would say try to level the ground as best you can. Where was the light switch? These do have light switches as well. Multiple entryways. Was it this one? I'm pretty sure the silo didn't. Like I say, I've probably put these around the wrong way. That door should have been at the front. Oh, there you go. You see, I mean, it sort of left that on the ground from before. But it's a minor thing. It would just be a case of just trying to, level your ground a little bit better when you place them. Better than I did anyway. Lights on that one. Then if we move through this one, I'll open the door on the way through. This one's got the full this side, full the other side, but the other side is partially closed. We do have lighting on the outside as well here for the overhangs, the extensions on the sides. Lighting on the inside as well. As I said, this one has got full down the side but closed in partially as well. Then we move in through to the one with the silo. Again, lighting on the outside. And lighting on the inside, but the silo's here, and you see what I mean? The ground just didn't take particularly well for some reason. So putting into the silo, and then taking out of the silo, it's done out here. There we go. That's the South Brazilian Warehouses by ML Modding and DH Modding. Next we've got this. This is the Herculano HF. I didn't write down who it was by. How terrible of me. That's by FSPT. Sorry about that. 9 slots, 4.7 megabytes download. It does have tension straps with a few different options on this. It doesn't have a rear trailer hitch, so you can't daisy chain trailers together. But to get yourself started off in logging, or you might just want to do a little bit, and you might not want to start off and then move on. You might decide, I want to do a little bit. This might be a trailer you'll be looking for. Under tools and forestry equipment, just there, 54 grand. We've got the option of Vredestein BKT. No options within those, just those two tyre choices. Fenders off or fenders on. License plate option. No colour choices, it comes just like that. Straps can be done from in cab if you've got a tractor attached, or out of cab manually. Herculano HF by FSPT. Next we've got this. This is the McCormick X4F P3 drive by KRKZ-modding. 9.73 megabytes download, 15 slots on console. Designed mainly to be a vineyard type tractor, olive grove type thing. But you can use it for anything you like. It's just narrow enough to do that if you want to. Nicely made and detailed. You'll find it under vehicles, under small tractors. Right there, 44,500 for the base model. We have got 70 horsepower, 76 horsepower, 90 horsepower, 95, 102, 112. Yeah, 112 was the highest it went up. I thought it went up to 120, but no, 112. We've then got Trelleborg with no tyre choice. Michelin, no tyre choice. Mitas with standard and a rear wide tyre. Vredestein standard with a wide rear tyre. And back to Trelleborg again. We've got Beacon standard with one. Yes adds a second. Back to standard. So you have one or two beacons basically. Fenders. Yes, one at the back. Yes, one at the front but not at the back. Or front and back. 3-point link. Yes or no. So if you're not using it, don't need it, you can take that off if you don't want it. Main colour, we've got standard McCormick, or we've got a metallic red option like that. Rim colour, we've got sort of a metallic-y grey or a black. And a license plate option on there too. Let's jump in, start her up. Beacons and lights. L1, right stick side to side, does the door. Right stick up and down. Does the rear window. Very nice little tractor. Lovely. I do like the sound of it. I still, every now and again, you just stop and have a listen. Gear changing, the rattling in the cab as you drive around. Very nice indeed. The McCormick X4F P3 drive by KRKZ-modding. Next we've got this. This is the John Deere 7030 Premium Series. This is by DB-modding. It is 29.76 megabytes download, 20 slots on console. Nice big chunky John Deere. This you'll find under medium tractors. 110 grand for the base model. Slot count will come down to 1. We've got 40 horsepower or 40 km an hour or 50 km per hour options. So under 190 horsepower, 40 or 50 kilometers. 203 horsepower, 40 or 50 kilometer. 225 horsepower, 40 or 50 kilometer. And then we go back to 190. So, that's all right. Yep. So the 225 horsepower is a chip tuning version. We've got Trelleborg, Mitas, Michelin, Nokian, Continental, BKT, back to Trelleborg. And the Trelleborg we have got Mitas, Michelin, no tyre choices, just that. Nokian, just that. Continental, BKT, back to Trelleborg again. Under design we've got standard, left beacon, right beacon, both beacons. Extra lights, yes or no. In the front we've got 60 kilo on the front anyway. 360, 560, 760, 1010 or a front hydraulic with PTO. Got Starfire receiver, yes or no. front loader attacher. We've got quick with a protective grid on the front. Hauer with a protective grid on the front, or no. Front fenders, yes or no. License plate option. And that's it. Let's hop in, start her up. On this one, L1, R1, right stick side to side, does the left door. Right stick up and down, does the right door. Left stick does the rear window. Depending what controller you're using, of course. Does sound nice as well. Interior. Lovely. That's the John Deere 7030 Premium Series by D-754. Next, we've got these. This is the Massey Ferguson 5S 2023 by AMG Gaming, 55.93 megabytes download, 30 slots each. We've got a standard version and a low profile version. You probably can't tell, well maybe you can. The low profile version is designed for going into buildings with lower roofs. It is sat lower. Something else I've noticed, and I've got different tyre choices on them. That one does look a little bit shorter, but then to be fair, I have got the mud guards and slightly bigger tyres. Wheelbase width is about the same. I thought I would check, and I'll show you that, because I thought the low profile one had a wider wheelbase, but it hasn't. It's pretty much the same, or the track should I say. But it's definitely, that one is definitely lower than this one. But here's the weird thing, both of these I went for the 5S145. Both of them in the menu say the top speed is 24 miles an hour. That one is running at 22 miles an hour. That one is running at 26, I think it was. Yeah, 26. So that's saying 26, unless I knock down the cruise control. Let me just double check that. I drove them out thinking, I don't understand this. They're both the same engine size, but I've knocked down the cruise control. Ignore me on that one. Pilot error. Anyway, you'll find these under small tractors. Now, if I recall correctly, the standard 5S 2023, not the low profile cab, has got more tyre options than the low profile version. Other than that, all the other options are exactly the same. So I'll show you all the information on the 5S. I won't run through all of the options on the low profile cab, because like I say, they're pretty much the same. There are just more tyre choice options on the standard, not the low profile. So we've got the Dyna4 105 horsepower with the 16x16 power shift, or the 24x24 power shift. We've then got 115 horsepower, 16x16, 24x24, 125 horsepower, 135 horsepower, and 145 horsepower. We've then got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. And Trelleborg we have got Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT. I'm pretty sure the other one doesn't have the BKT. Vredestein, Nokian, and it doesn't have the Ground King either, the other one, I don't think. I will double check. Back to Trelleborg again. Then cabin, we've got Essential. We've then got Essential Panoramic, which gives you, rather than the door, the big panoramic side. We've then got Efficient. Now this adds extra bits inside the cab. So we go back one and back to there. You haven't got screens, panoramic, there's no pillar for the screens. If we go for efficient, it adds a screen in. Efficient, also then we go to exclusive, which changes a few controls. Exclusive extra puts another screen in. I think I went for exclusive extra. Back to essential. Mudguards, we've got no. Front mudguard, rear mudguard, all mudguards. Standard roof, or we can have the Visio roof. Visio roof with or standard with a mirror inside. Visio roof with a mirror inside. Back to standard. We've then got fenders, narrow or wide. So if you've gone for a wide tyre choice, you can have a wider rear fender on the back as well. Beacons, no. Left LED, right LED. Both LED. Screens, we can sting in an extra screen as well. So if you've gone for the extra screens anyway, under the cabin choice, you can have another screen thrown in there. GPS equipment, no. GPS receiver, GPS unit or off. Warnings on the back, we've got rear reflectors, puts next to with the lights and with the indicators. Rear triangle or both. Attachers, standard. Front weight, 3-point link. Front loader attacher, we got Massey Ferguson, we got Quick, Hauer, MX, Stoll, back to Hauer again, then no, sorry, not back to Hauer, then no, then back to Massey Ferguson. Main colour, we've got a black, an orange. Now, if we go for black, changes it all. Orange changes it all. If we go for the limited edition, it puts the bottom sort of a silvery blue to the bottom sections. That's the special edition version. Rim colour, we've got grey or silver. And then license plate option. So what we'll do is just show on this one, if we go to our tyre choices, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Radestein, Nokian, Trelleborg, there's no BKT. And I'm sure under one of these, which one was it? We didn't have as many options either. So yeah, there are definitely more tyre choices. Other than that, all the other options are exactly the same. And this one is lower profile, so it sits a little bit lower. That's the only difference really. Start it up. And you'll see as well the difference between the cab there, looking at all the screens in there, and then the cab on this one. I haven't got any screens, but from inside, wow, look at the detail on that. That is insane. It's a very cool tractor though. I have to say, I do like the S versions, the new ones. They do look very cool. And for a Hauer front loader attacher on there as well. We have got under L1R1 right stick side to side. Does the door, up and down. Does the back window. And that's that. It's very, very cool. I'm trying to think if I can put it next to it. Maybe a little bit easier to see than because we get that thing, but it does, as you can see, it does sit higher. Low profile one does sit a little bit lower. I did make sure I put beacons on both, otherwise it would give an even more sort of a false look to it, but it is definitely lower. So there we go. That's the Massey Ferguson 5S 2023 by AMG Gaming, which brings me on to, I say, the last of the mods. This is a mod mega pack. Making a very welcome return, we've got the D-754 truck by KRKZ-modding. Now this, I remember playing on, oh man, FS19 when it first came out. Was it Marwell Manor? I used one of these. That was one of the first mod maps we got. What I love about this, it's fairly inexpensive. It's only about 200 horsepower, but you can have it with the front 3-point link, so with the back on it, and it has trailer hitches and stuff, with PTOs. It's very, very versatile. It looks absolutely fantastic for FS22 as well, with some new tyre choices and things. But also, the absolute plethora of equipment this comes with. When this first came out, it never came with all this stuff. We have got an absolute ton of stuff to look through. So, the D-754 truck pack by KRKZ-modding, 56.46 megabytes download, 11 slots for the vehicle itself. I'll show you all of this stuff first, and I'll talk through the slot counts and stuff, and then we'll have a look at each of the things, hopefully. I say each of them in operation. Some of them don't do anything other than carry a liquid or something like that, but the things that do operate, I will show you. So, if we go up to our trucks, for 90 grand, 200 horsepower, we've got the option of Lizard, Nokian, Trelleborg, or back in. Under Lizard, we've got standard, narrow. Nokian, just that one. On the Trelleborg TM700 or the T421. Like that. Design standard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and back to standard. Attachers standard, front 3-point link, back hitch or both if you want them. The great thing about that with any of the lorries that do a front 3-point link, I know there's a modded one you can do off of a pallet, but you can attach the forage header and you can pick stuff up off the ground and throw it off the back into a trailer and that kind of stuff. It works really well. Now this one doesn't have a fifth wheel attacher on it. I'm pretty sure the original version had a fifth wheel attacher, but if you attach something else onto the back of it, I think it was an option, wasn't it? Did I get that wrong? I'm sure there was a version that had a fifth wheel. Anyway, then we've got main colour. You've guessed it, does the main colour. Design colour does the chassis. Rim colour, we do have a metal, but all the other colours on that palette, and a license plate option on there too. So that's the vehicle itself. We'll listen to that running in just a moment. If we go down to our tools and go up to the top, we'll start with trailers. Under trailers we've got the BP9. The BP9 is 4 slots, and then we've also got the T088CS. That one is 5 slots. Now that's got a spread width of 8 meters. I'll show you why. This one, the BP9, we've got a capacity of 9,750, 15,750, or you can just basically switch the sides of that for like silage work or sugarcane or something like that, or a bale trailer version. So we've got a bale trailer version on there as well. If you put it on that silage option, it will still allow you to take all crop types. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. Design colour does the framework at the bottom. That's that one. This one though, the T088CS, we've got standard configuration, which is just a regular trailer, 12,000 litres, no problem at all. Do that version, it becomes a muck spreader, the D353CS. Do that version, and this will spread fertiliser or lime. So pretty versatile, just that in its own right. We can change the main colour on that to anything on that palette. Then if we come out of there from trailers, we go down to, I hope I haven't missed anything, under sprayers, we've got the SP4000 sprayer. The SP4000 is 4 slots, will spray to 16 meters wide, 4,000 litre capacity. We can change the main colour, which does the frame. We can change the tank colour, and that will spray liquid fertiliser or herbicide. If we then go to fertiliser spreaders, so that other one, that trailer, did have the option to do fertiliser and lime. We also have a Braidell K105 PF, which will do the same thing. This is 5 slots, 24 metre spread width. Cover yes or no are the 2 options on that. 9,000 litre capacity. If we come off of there and we go manure spreaders, we've already done. Slurry tanks. Told you there was a lot of stuff. Under slurry tanks, we've got the HTS 80 PF. The HTS, I've lost it on my list. Where is it? PF, 3 slots, 10 metre spread width, 8,000 litre tank. We can change the main colour, which does the framework underneath, the ladders and the band round it. So that will do slurry or digestate. If we then go from there to, there was nothing under forage wagons, bale trailers, because the trailer at the start had an option for bale trailer. We go to forestry equipment, out to there, we've got the TTS. The TTS is the forestry back, 2 slots. We can have wood configuration, bale configuration, do bales in this one as well. This is an interesting one. You've got a 1,000 kilo weight or a 2,000 kilo weight. Now that could be if you're running something heavy on the front of the lorry, so that would balance it out. I'm not sure what you would run on the front that you wouldn't require, unless you had a trailer off the back of it maybe. Yeah, so you can have weights on there, or back to wood configuration. We can change the main colour, which does the chassis, framework, etc. If we go from there to animals, we have got the FMSZ2KTPF, 5,700 litre, will do water, milk, liquid fertiliser or herbicide as a tanker. That one is 3 slots. We can change the main colour. There's white, dark orange, there is a grey and there is a metal if you want the metal version. Design colour You've got a choice of green or black. And then we've got the Knight RA142PF, which is your total mix ration feed mixer. That's 3 slots, 11,900 litre capacity. No options on that, you get it just like that. We're nearly there. If we go down to our winter options, we've got a salt spreader, 9,000 litres, the K105 SPF. That will spread out to 10 metres. Cover yes or no. And then finally, I think, if we go, no, not to sprays, if we go to miscellaneous, we've got the Lizard PUT7, which is a diesel tank, 7,000 litre capacity. Slot count on that initially is 2, comes down to 1. We can change the main colour to anything on that. Pallets. Let's hop in. Beacons, if you've gone for them, beacons is on there anyway. It's interesting, you can have, like, this was like the original, so you've got lights, rear work light as well. You can have the front lights on full, but it turns the rear work lights off, or just leave the ones down there on, so it's up to you how you want to go about it. But there's no doors or windows that open on this. I really like it. Interior detail is brilliant. So, let's have a look at some of these backs, shall we? So the first one is the one I said about, you can do tip side left or tip side right on this one, and even if you've got it in what looks like a silage only capacity, I think I've got potatoes in this. Yeah, potatoes. So we can go tip side left, tip side right. We go tip side left and do that. Nice smooth animation on the unload, as you can see. That's that one. This was the other version. I've got both of them. So I've got the one that does manure and I've got the one that does fertiliser or lime. I think I've got fertiliser in that one, because then we've also got the Braidel version. So muck spreader, 12,000 litre. What I loved as well was when I was filling these up, watching the suspension drop down at the back once you get the weight on it. Turn it on. Away we go. You can activate double application rate for the muck spreading, and you can do the same when you do the slurry spreading. So we detach that, pops back up on the suspension, nice and happy. I wanted to show all of it because, you know, it's all in here and it all looks very nice. So I'm sure I put fertiliser into it. What's the suspension? Sits right down there. And we don't have to open it up or anything, we just turn it on. There we go. I could have had a lorry for each one of these, but I still would have had to move between them, so it's all good. Don't worry, there are a couple here that I won't have to do anything with, because like I say, they are just tankers. So this is your sprayer, your SP4000, 4,000 litre, 16 metre boom width. It really does make this such a versatile bit of kit, and also having a rear trailer hitch on it. There's not much you can't do with it, which is absolutely brilliant. And go this way across here, I think. Now we can, once extended, raise and lower it. There you go. For your liquid fertiliser or herbicide. Nice smooth animation on the fold and unfold. I mean, fairly inexpensive as well. You know, you could run this and have one of everything, and you've got your farm covered. You know, obviously it's not going to do, you know, massive capacities, but for an average size farm, I think I put lime in this one, pretty sure. The K105 PF. Cool, that's weighty over the back axle on that one. You can tell that, can't you? can open and close cover. Everything attaches and detaches nicely. There's no problems. I haven't had any problems, let's just say that, with detaching or movement or anything like that. Slurry. What I'll do before we drive away, I will just, because of the ones that are left, so this is our slurry spreader, do slurry or digestate, but this one here is your wood trailer. There are tension straps on there, or you can have it as the bale version or with the weights on it, so that one won't do anything other than that. That one's your tanker. I've got milk in that one at the moment, 5,700 litres, again that won't do anything. That's your feed mixer. I can show you that being unloaded, but we do have a screen on there which tells you what your capacity and what you've got in there. The salt spreader, I'll show you that, and then this one is the fuel. That's 7,000 litres, it's just got diesel in it. That won't do anything other than refuel whatever you want to refuel, so I haven't got to worry too much about that one. So there's only a couple more to show you. Couple? 3? This one as well, we can activate double application rate if we want to get all your fertilising done in one go. But again, another nice animation, nice and smooth, does the job. Awesome. No maps today. That's what, the first day in what, I think I've done 6 map tours in 4 days or something. It's been absolutely insane. So yeah, no maps today. Just I think last week we didn't have mods on Wednesday or Thursday, did we? So having mods has been quite nice as well today. So there you go. We've got oh, it's just unload here, isn't it, with this one? Because this is just the standard in-game one, but just on a trailer version instead. So it's just tipping that side. So when we come to unload to feed our animals, straightforward enough. And then the salt spreader, just here. Oh, that's heavy as well. I think because they extend a bit further over the back, this one and the 105. So this is the 105 SPF. Cover open and closed on this one as well. I mean, I haven't got any snow, but we can adjust the spread width on this one from 10 metre, 8 metre, 6, 4, 2, or back to 10 again. Obviously, I'm not going to be spreading salt on the ground, but you'll be able to see the animation of it anyway. There's your salt spreader. It goes at a fair pace as well when you're salt spreading, so you can keep ahead of the traffic, unlike I did when I was on Balham Road dairy farming the other day, and I held the traffic up horrendously while I was doing salt spreading. So there we go. Disconnect that. That's the D-754 truck pack by AA Modding. A triumph. I like this. I will be using this at some point. And that's it for the mods for Wednesday the 1st of March. If you stuck with me this far, thanks very much. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.